Hey, look, there's Bob.
Close the deal for me, Timmy. Yes, excellent. I'll show you some statistics that'll knock your socks off. Now we want...
Eagle-eyed machete enthusiast recognized a little druid networking under the stairs.
We'll go for 20%.
Even druids love emerald nuts.
Leola, as I call on you, I so wish I had a machete to point. Hey, look, there's Leola.
No.
Well, why the druids?
Well, I think that there's been an upsurge in the use of like magical creatures, mythological creatures, and maybe it's about Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings and that kind of popularity of mythological figures, and it might just be because people would be saying, "Why is there a druid in there?" And that it's so odd. It's such an odd assemblage of characters, especially the druid, that it makes the ad stand out. And I think the ad really, and their whole advertising campaign is very effective in distinguishing emerald nuts from the clutter. But the ads don't make any sense.
They're not supposed to make sense. They're supposed to make sense?
No, this is Dada-esque humor. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And that's why a druid is as random as you can get.
Right.
And so, no, it's very funny, Dada-esque humor, and maybe their nuts are good, maybe they're not. But they're emerald nuts.
Yes.
Because you remember that they spelled out emerald in a very weird way. It's very funny commercial, and I laughed.
I thought what really made this commercial special was commercials are always trying to put jokes into it, and these guys thought, let's put a riddle in it. This is a riddle. Your mind is going, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? The whole point is to get engagement. That's not a question.
I have confessed to not being very engaged. I'm actually on the same page as Al. I think it's just like quirk factor equals recognition. And I was going to say the same thing, actually, except I was going to be more historically accurate and say that it's surrealist.
It's not Dada?
Dada?
Not really. They went into the random
What's the difference?
stuff. Well, surrealists, get drunk on absinthe, start hallucinating, and then pull a lot of random words out of a dictionary and put them together, and then
that's who?
That's surrealist.
That's surreal.
That's surrealist.
Yeah.
What is Dada?
Oh,
No, come on, you're the friggin' you're the friggin' theater historian. If anyone knows the difference between Dada and
It's a fine line, dude. It's a fine line, but the
Well,
random
what is the
generated
line?
stuff is more about surrealism.
What's the
Come
line?
to my theater history class, dude, and I'll clear it up for you.
The people out there.
This is an educational show.
Yeah.
It's Dada.
Well, here's a little education. Druids used nuts in many of their most important feasts and rituals, and they actually had a night called Nutcrack Night, where they would go around with sticks and clubs, and they would get nuts from the other villagers, and they would get together and have a feast. And they would crack the nuts and they'd throw them into the fire. And they could, by the way the nuts would burn, because this was a night where spirits were walking around, they could foretell the future. Now, Nutcrack Night was the night before All Hallows Day. This was All Hallows Eve. It is what became Halloween, which we still celebrate today. So when they say even druids love emerald nuts, I mean, who would love emerald nuts more than a druid? And I can't believe I'm the only one that was bothered by this.
Oh, yeah.
You just
We've
made
been
that
shamed.
up.
We've been shamed.
no,
We've
no.
But he
rejected
totally
history.
made that up.
I'm supposed to be doing research. I can't keep up with it.
Come on, somebody check that one out.
But did you guys think that this is a commercial for people who like commercials, people who are engaged in and watch commercials?
Yeah, I think it's a commercial for people who have watched too many commercials.
I mean, that's all of us.
Yeah, right. Because it's like I heard somebody talking about a category of commercials called advertisements, and that's what this is.
It's
I think
what?
Advertisement.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
Dada-esque.
Yeah.
Well, it's based on
Dada.
it's based on a series of commercials where they did just the NUTS.
Right.
And so this was their Super Bowl commercial
Right.
where they pulled out all the stops and
Right.
spelled out everything. And I think it was voted least popular in a lot of those
Really?
polls
Yeah.
that they did.
Because
Yeah.
Dada is so popular.
Well, at the rate of spending in Super Bowl ads, you just got that guy going, like he's working on that little 6-inch house plant that he would so kick its ass if he was really attacking it with a machete. They spent $700,000 for the guy to go like that. There's got to be some kind of strategy behind that.
There's a lot of money in nuts, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, apparently the ad campaign has been very effective and has lifted their sales, and especially the one before, the ad before this one, the one they did last year was.
Something that could be unpopular in a poll, but be effective.
And shareholders would rather raise sales than win awards. So anyway, time for our exit question. Name another group of mixed nuts. Sam?
The hosts and anchors at the Fox News channel.
That's right. That's
Leola.
right. The Congress.
Al?
Fisher nut makes a very good mixed nut. Very good.
Margaret.
Look around you, John.
Yes, okay, there's the obvious answer. I'm going with the Washington Generals. Managed to lose every time.